alone again in my head.
T-O-O-J-A-S.
Loose ball picked up. It's a live ball. Bobby Began, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Trojans. Libby bounces off. Libby to the 10. Libby, touchdown Trojans. Touchdown Trojans. Seconds, 4. This is like New Year's Eve. Thornton Academy, 2012, Western Maine Class A football champions. Christensen on the keeper. Christensen could go. Eric Christensen, touchdown Trojans. From 30 yards out, Christensen being mobbed in the end zone. Cole Robinson, the punt from his own end zone. Good snap. It's blocked. It's going to be a safety. Quinlan O'Brien was in there. I think he got it. The Q-man. Christian's under center. That's Libby. First down. How about a touchdown? So for the Saco, Dayton, Arundel, and surrounding towns, Thornton Academy has a state championship.
Just be a run play. He does not have to worry about pass.
It's the middle of two-a-day practices for the 2012 Thornton Academy football team. Head coach Kevin Kiesel is hard at work teaching schemes to the younger players.
Spin down into the box. We can spin a couple different ways. We can spin strong. We can spin to field. We can spin to a certain player. You know, we get ready for certain teams. You know, they might throw to the. You know, they might be very Z-back oriented with their run game. We can spin to the Z. Okay, so we can spin to a certain player.
You can't ask a kid to be, you know, a kid that's coming in this year, you can't ask them to do those things, but, you know, you hope collectively, you know, that everybody else can pick up and perform well. You know, last year we came in knowing that our offensive line was, you know, we had a veteran experienced line. Our skill kids weren't. We knew we had some talent. This year it's kind of a role reversal where our skill kids are pretty, you know, pretty experienced. Our offensive line, we're going to have some inexperience. So it's the way seasons go, but I think, you know, we'll adjust, and the kids are excited about it. Well, obviously it's still early. We haven't gone into scrimmages yet, and, you know, I think Monday we'll start seeing that stuff, but I think the kids are embracing it. You know, I think they know. I think they're confident going into the year, and I think they're all excited about, you know, the season ahead.
Well, you know, I think you find out, you find, you know, you pretty much have an idea who, you know, the players that have played in the past, you know what they're going to do, but it's where you kind of develop those tier players, some kids that might have been on the fence, and you're questioning whether, you know, they look good in pads, they know their assignments, but what happens when they get hit and stuff. So you know, certainly we're able to develop depth. I think that's where you really find out when you start hitting in practice.
Before the team heads out into the 90-degree heat, Coach Kiesel gives an introduction to the first day of full contact they will endure.
Okay, obviously, guys, you know, when we go full, you know, we're not gonna go out there and go full and have you guys stand around and do nothing, right? I mean, it would make sense, right? We want to do that with winter helmets, okay, guys. So we go full, guys, right? This is live music. Okay, obviously, it's gonna be a quick whistle. We're not gonna hit quarterbacks. Okay, let's lay off quarterbacks. Okay, right? Quarterbacks, okay, guys. And obviously we do not, you know, we don't go low, we don't spin guys in the ground, we don't do any of that crap after the whistle, okay guys? But we want to square up on people, we want to take people on, okay guys? We gotta make sure we get out there, get rolling, just out in the right frame of mind, right guys? We're gonna, you know, it's gonna be, we're going after one another, okay guys? Right, we're gonna do clean, right? We're gonna play football, okay guys? Right,
Once outside, the mid-August sun beats down on the dozens of players gathered for morning practice. Much of the first weeks are spent going through traditions organization, and drills to bring the new players up to
You've
speed.
got the single back if he goes this way, right? Your man this way. Here we go, right? Maroon over here, guys, right? Maroon over here, right? Gold stand behind, pay attention, right? Here we go, fellas, here we go.
At the helm of the Thornton Academy program is Kevin Kiesel, who's been the head coach of the Golden Trojans since 2000. Despite several successful regular seasons, the Trojans have not been to the state title game under Kiesel.
We're going to go tight, spin, strong.
However, his hands-on approach to coaching brings the players in from the start of the season.
Clouding that off. That guy goes vertical. Buckle up, guys. Open field tackle. Right? We got to make a move, right? Make a move. We got to break down our feet, right? When he makes a move, shoot our head, right? Run our feet. You can force him out of bounds. You can make a tackle. Do not spin him into the ground. Right? Do not spin him into the ground. Here we go. Here we go.
As practice continues, the players, for the first time, work on open field tackling. Unlike college football, many players, like senior quarterback Eric Christensen, need to be ready to play both ways. Depth is a key asset at this level of football, and two-a-days are the place to stake your claim at a starting spot. Coach Kiesel's staff has been stable for years, and as offensive coordinator Craig Agresti says, it's good to have as many eyes on the field as possible.
Yeah, I'm going, we walk. Walk.
Things have been going very well. The kids are really excited. It seems to get going. We were just talking yesterday about the first 4 days of our doubles have been probably the best that we've had since consistently. The kids are performing at a pretty high level right away. I think the summer, especially with the skill kids, the summer 7-on-7s help a lot with that.
That's you.
Entering the season, the defensive secondary for the Golden Trojans is seen as a strong point. But Coach Kiesel still needs to work on the backups, in this case, working with senior Dylan Morton.
So you got the curl, right? Right, Dylan, right, good job, but make sure we're deep on that. Right, I gotta see more of this on. Hey, guys, if we're in cover 3, right, we gotta be getting out of there if it's pass, and stay deep. We should not be playing the curl route. Curl route's underneath, guys, right? Curl, we gotta stay deep. All right, we cannot get beat deep in cover 3.
It's only the second year of football for Morton, but he's catching on quick.
Hubble, right, good, break down. Good, well done, Dylan, well done. Well done, great reaction, great reaction.
I think, across the board, we're better. I think we had a kid like Dylan Morton last year, first time playing football. Started the whole year. This year he comes in and he's a total different player. That 1 year of experience where we played a lot of underclassmen, I think you're going to see a big jump from all those skill kids. You're going to see differences in all of them. So that was the one thing. Offensively in some areas we were limited because of inexperience, but this year I think we're going to see, be able to be a little more versatile because of that stuff.
Senior number 85 Dakota Tarbox is an imposing figure on both sides of the ball for the Trojans. Kiesel uses much of the two-a-day sessions to focus on turning Tarbox into a dominant defensive end.
If he reaches you, boom, I'm knocking him down. Okay, right? That's why we, remember last year the problem you had, you kept backpedaling? You don't want to backpedal. Just say, you get a pass read, all you're doing is this initially. And then read 2, right? 2 goes there, right? In, and think curl or something coming inside. Guys, right there, he's going deep, running curl.
As the end of the first practice of the day nears, the coaches prepare for a unique drill to fire up the players. Battle of the Boards pits player against player in a fight of pure strength. As senior kicker Brandon Briggs would soon find out, no one is immune to being called into the ring.
It's fun, but at the same time, you know, you want to make sure you beat them. Like, you're not always going to beat a lineman who has a solid 40, 50 pounds on you, maybe even 100. But, you know, it's just a lot of fun to go out there and go have competition, you know, just enjoy it.
To kick off the main event, senior captain number 53, Bobby Beacon, gets to call out his opponent. Before he can do so, sophomore Ashton Lord steps up to challenge the senior. To conclude the drill, the team joins together in a rallying cry to pit kicker Briggs against his backup, sophomore Chris Camara. The practice ends with a little humor, but with the Deering Rams coming up in week 1, there's business to be done. An important part of preparation for game day starts in the classroom. It's now the week leading up to the Deering game, and the team gathers for its first film session of the season.
All right, guys. Okay. Kind of our first film session here. All right, guys. So, you know, the idea, guys, like, you know, we've had, you know, we spend a lot of time. If you look on the board there, right, we grade out every play. You're going to get an offensive grade, you're going to get a defensive grade. Okay, you're going to, you know, you're going to be held accountable for every play you're on the field. So, you know, once again, there are going to be some things here that we did very well. There are going to be some things that we need to improve on. Okay, you know, we'll talk about we'll go through this Noble tape, and then we'll, you know, we'll spend some time afterwards. We'll take a short break, and we'll come back. We'll talk about Deering. Okay, guys, we got handouts for you here that we'll give to you. All right, guys, but you know, like we said before. You know, everything that says in this room stays in this room. Okay, you know, you can't go home and say, you know, Coach Kiesel or Coach Agresti or Coach Tabor, they were all over what's his face for mistakes he was making in the game, because that's not going to help us. Okay, understand that we are here to make us a better football team. You know, we're gonna praise you when you do well, and we're gonna criticize you when you do bad. Okay, so don't take the criticism personally. Okay, guys, right? You gotta take it and use it to get better. Okay, because our ultimate goal, right, guys, is to win November. Okay, guys. So here we go. All right.
After 20 minutes of going over tape from the team's scrimmage against Noble, Thornton Academy takes a break and settles back into focus on the Deering Rams. Each player gets a scouting report on tendencies of the other team, which they are taught to study as though it were a textbook.
Take care of this stuff, right? This is your cheat sheet for the game. Okay, study it, learn it. Okay, your test is on Saturday, right, guys? Okay. Let's watch this a little bit. Like I said, I think they've had, you know, I think they're a pretty good football team. They've had 2 pretty good scrimmages to get ready. You know, and I think, you know, last year we went into that Deering game. I think we were pretty well battle tested. We had played Cheverus. We had played Bonnie Eagle, we had played South Portland, we had played Wyndham. You know, we haven't been battle tested yet. They're gonna have a scheme. They're gonna try to take away what we do well, and we got to be ready to go, fellas. I mean, we cannot be a half step slow. You think about that Bonnie Eagle game last year. I mean, the first quarter we couldn't get out of our own way. We were half a step slow on the offensive side of the ball. Okay, guys, and you know, we got to make sure that we are ready to go.
After the film session, the coaches and the team make the trek from the locker room to Hill Stadium. In 2011, Dr. Paul S. Hill Jr. Stadium was upgraded with a multi-million-dollar project which put in new stands, new lights, a new track, and a synthetic field turf, which allows teams to practice on the game field without the risk of ruining it for game day. It's the first day of school for the student body and staff. Coach Craig Agresti opines about starting a fresh new year as a wellness instructor at the school.
First day of school.
Excellent.
Good?
Excellent.
Meet a lot of new people?
Just trying to make a difference. That's, you know, that's all you can do.
Okay.
Change one life a day.
That's what
You know?
Yeah.
As practice begins, the routine is to break into subgroups by position to get loose and ready for full contact practice. Each day of the week has a different amount of contact, with Wednesdays usually reserved for the most physical practice. As the team gathers at midfield for instructions from Coach Kiesel, the anticipation of the first game can be felt from the players.
It's a lot of fun, there's a lot of excitement going around, and you have kids who are really thrilled to put them back on, and they actually want to hit kids again, you know. The feeling is just amazing. And it was actually really nice to see, because some of them, like I had a few working out with me, so I knew they were there, but to see other teammates come in ready to go was a lot better, because like last year, I mean, we were a great team, no doubt, but some of the players last year didn't come ready, they came ready this year, because they want this, and I know I do too, and it was awesome.
It's just, you know, getting through 2 days is hard. I mean, you got 18 practices and 3 scrimmages in 2 weeks, and kids are tired, and so, you know, it's nice having that scrimmage on a Friday night, and you get a nice long weekend off, and, you know, Monday's kind of a mental day, more so than a physical day, so now getting the one-a-days, hopefully, you know, kids get our legs back. You know, that's the thing early in the year is you just worry about them being tired, and you do develop some nagging injuries during doubles, and, you know, just repetitive injuries from so many reps and stuff, so, you know, we hopefully get through that and get a bounce in our step. You know, the weather's been hot, that's going to certainly play a role on Saturday too, and you got to kind of battle through that the first few weeks of school.
I think there's a lot of excitement for the first game of the year. You know, kids are eager to get out there and show. They're done with the 2-a-days, you know. Coaches are too, you know. I mean, it's a grueling time, and we're excited to get going and, you know, see what the season brings.
A noticeable player at practice today is senior captain number 55, Connor McCrum. McCrum missed nearly all of the 2-a-day sessions with a groin injury, and his availability for the opening game is still questionable.
Well, Connor's a heck of a leader. He's a good, solid player, but I think the kids really respect him. You know, he shows up to practice, works his butt off. They could see how much it hurts him right now not being a part of this. You know, he's coming out here and, you know, he really hasn't had much reps, you know, he hasn't had much practice time, but he wants to get going. So I think that's encouraging to the kids, and I think it's good for team camaraderie to see, you know, everybody rallying around that, as you could see when he walked out on the field just now.
The main portion of practice begins and players split up into offensive and defensive groups. Though it's no longer the preseason, coaches are still working to break in new players at new positions. On this day, Coach Agresti is working with senior number 29, Alex Riziakis, who is vying to fill a vacant slot at the linebacker position.
All right, hey, especially when you have that tight end, okay, outside of you, your natural first step should be upfield, right? Because you want to make sure you're protected on this. Yeah. But if you see that guy button down, you got to hurry up and get right down that line, okay? Hey, I want you to widen out a little bit, okay? Well, widen out. Okay, I mean yeah, but you have a tight end here. If I'm the tight end, right, that foot is going to be in the middle. You are still in here, okay? I was worried about. I think Riz is doing a good job.
We know it's pass situation.
Right. Well, we said Massabisak, he's perfect.
Yeah.
You know, you want a quick kid like that to play against them.
Thornton Academy is blessed with many skill athletes, but none enters the 2012 season with more hype than junior number 16, Andrew Libby. Already considered one of the top players in the state, Libby spends every down of the game on the field for offense, defense, and he's on all the special teams.
It's an honor, to be honest with you. I mean, I love it. It's just a cool feeling, but at the same time, you gotta keep your high standards up. You know, don't get cocky. You know, don't be like, well, I'm the best. You know, I can do all this. You gotta strive to get better and always know you can get better.
It's nice, you know, and certainly, you know, Andrew, you know, we try to get the ball to him certainly in many different ways we can. But it's nice having the other pieces around him too. I think that makes it that much easier. You know, when you got Nick and you got Eric and you got Dakota and, you know, Dylan Morton's come on. Cody Lynn's had a great preseason for us. You know, I think having those parts are, you know, it's important. I think it's hard for teams to key in on one guy.
Sometimes, well, we generally, at the beginning, we'll go over all the plays again. I mean, we might know them, but still we're going to go over them again to make sure you know it. He'll talk through it, you know, and if we have things we can tweak or move around, we'll do it. And we'll just pretty much make everything like a nice fine line and make it perfect the best we can. We play the game respectfully, but at the same time, we're a hardcore football team. You know, we go hard, but we also respect others. You know, we're a classy football team, not a showboat team or someone we're just going to rub it in your faces.
Back at practice, Connor McCrum continues to take some of his first reps of the season. He's understandably rusty after a long layoff, and the coaches are not ready to push him beyond his current limits.
If that's 15, just understand. Outside shoulder of the tight end, okay? In between? Yeah, I mean, you're going to be here. Don't worry about him. All right, unless it's 15, then, you know, just be alert a little bit. I'd like to get Connor out. He doesn't need to take all of them.
As practice comes to a close, the Trojans enter the final preparations for Deering. Coach Kiesel relishes in the chance to play tough teams every week and the hype bestowed on his 2012 Trojans.
I think it's good. I mean, certainly I would, you know, I was real happy when the schedule came out last year. You know, I think it gets you battle-ridden. You know, certainly you don't put up the big numbers. Certainly a lot more stress during the regular season, but, you know, you figure out what your weaknesses are. You know what you got to work on. You know, you've played the best teams, and come playoff time, your battle, you know, your team's ready. You're tested, and you're ready to go. But, you know, I think you're going to learn. You know, if you're going to have a good, successful program, you're going to have to learn to deal with it. You know, and last year we had the fortune of kind of sneaking out on teams, and you know, found different ways of winning. You know, it's going to be certainly, you know, it's going to be harder this year. You got teams that, you know, are going to be kind of be gunning for you and try to knock you off. But I think, you know, I think we do a real good job of taking one game at a time, not looking too far ahead. You know, certainly our focus right now is on Deering, and then, you know, we get through that one, we'll focus on the next team and just go 1 week at a time, and certainly kind of, you know, enjoy the journey. I think that's the thing that kids have to do is, you know, just, you know, don't look at the big picture. Just take 1 week at a time and focus in, and in the end, you'll really be pleased, hopefully, with what you've accomplished.
For me, I think it's a lot of pressure. I mean, it's really confidence in yourself and the team, and I know we can do it. I think it's a lot of fun knowing teams know who we are. I mean, let them know who we are. You know, we can come at them. They'll have to face us. We're going to play at our level. Let's hope they can play up at ours.
It's just, you know, it's the first game, you know, and it's that unknown. You know, you don't have a lot of scouting. You know, you haven't been able to break down a lot of film on the opponents that you're facing. You know, early in the year, there's more upsets generally than later in the year. You know, you're going to be, you know, special teams are huge early in the year. The turnover game is huge. Conditioning is huge because of the weather. You know, those are the factors that all come into play. So it's just that unknown, you know, going into the season. Once you get kind of into the season, you know, you get a little more feel for your team. You know, you get better scouts, you get better tendencies and stuff like that. But early on, you just don't have that stuff.
You can't really describe the feeling. It's like all at once. I mean, you got a fan of maybe 1,000, 2,000 plus. I mean, you turn around and the fans are full, and you got people screaming your name or "Go Trojans." I mean, it's an awesome feeling. It's like, that's when you realize you're playing for something bigger than yourself.
One of the good things is we're pretty familiar with them. We've played them, you know, we played them twice 2 years ago. We played them, you know, we're familiar with what they're going to do. It's not like we're playing an unknown team. Like when we played scrimmage against EL, we don't know personnel. We know their skill guys. We see them during the summer. You know, I think they're underrated. I think they're going to pose a big problem in the league and for us on Saturday. I think it's going to be a good contest, good matchup.
He tells us, you know, we need to be ready. You need to, if you want to come to practice, you better come ready because you know this team's not an easy win or anything. Like, you want to come ready. I mean, we have the home field advantage. Use it to your advantage, you know, the weather too. They're not used to playing Saturday games, so let's make everything count.
I think our skill kids, you know, they're very skillful. They've got some really kids that can run well. I think the physicalness of our skill kids, I like that matchup. I think, you know, Nick and, you know, getting Nick back healthy this week, Nick Kenny back at fullback position, you know, Eric on the ball, and Andrew, I think we can certainly pound the rock at them. You know, I'm concerned, you know, obviously up front offensively we're starting 2 new offensive linemen, so they you know, it's their first kind of varsity start against a quality opponent, so, you know, they've got to come along, but you know, hopefully, you know, if we go out and we execute, and you know, we should be able to good opportunity in this game.
It's really easy because, you know, we know the playbook, we know where we have to be and stuff like that. Now it's just repetition, fixing every little thing that you can to make it that much better.
The opening game of the 2012 season finally arrives. For the players, coaches, and staff, it's a date that's been circled for many months. Thornton Academy has a tradition of playing home games on Saturday afternoon, and this particular weekend day will have temperatures in the high 80s at game time. After stretching and jumping jacks, the players meet near midfield before breaking into subgroups for final drills before the game.
Right, guys, you guys are jazzed up. Nice season preview, guys.
Both the Trojans and the Deering Rams enter the 2012 season with high expectations from themselves and the media. The Rams have been a perennial contender in Class A West for years and knocked the Trojans out of the 2010 playoffs. Senior captain Connor McCrum has defied the odds and is in uniform to start the game. How long he can play and how effective he can be remains to be seen. As the team heads to the locker room before kickoff, the history and tradition of the Thornton Academy football program is never far away. Thornton Academy is one of the most successful Class A football teams in state history, yet it hasn't won a championship since the 1988 season. The 2012 Trojans are out to prove that adding another year to the state championship wall is a dream that's not impossible. As kickoff approaches, Coach Kiesel addresses his team.
You guys have had quite a journey since then. You guys have put a lot of time and energy into getting ready for this. Okay, we asked you guys to spend a lot of time in the off season. We asked you to spend time working on your game, the weight room. You get the stuff that you take from other athletes. Why are you working out February all the start to August? Why are you throwing the ball in April, May when you don't start practice till August? The whole way, guys, you kept your eyes on the big picture. Okay, you guys kept your eyes on the big picture. Okay, and certainly we as a staff appreciate what you guys have done to get yourself ready for this. Enjoy the journey of the season. Enjoy it. You know, it's like, you know, you get ready for a game, you play it, and then you get ready for the next one. But you know, try to enjoy it. Okay, guys, it's a long road. There's going to certainly be some bumps in it. There's going to be some great times. There's going to be some hard times. Okay, guys. But, you know, number one thing is enjoy the journey. Develop a love for your teammates. Okay, a lot of you guys already have that. A lot of you guys have played a lot of football players. You understand that. You young guys, you don't understand that yet. That'll come. Okay, that you'll learn. That's part of being Thornton Academy football players is developing that love of your teammates. That idea that you're going to go to battle for someone else, and then you're going to lay everything that you have on the line for your teammates. If you were on that field, I don't care if you're on the field for one play or you're on the field for 120 plays today. You play with great effort. You leave everything you have on that field. When this game ends, you should not be able to walk off this field. Okay? Get your 2 days off and do it again. Right? That's how you're going to play this game. Wear them down. Wear them down. A lot of guys go both ways. They don't have the depth we do. Okay, it's your home opener in front of a crowd that they have nobody over there, guys. Take advantage of the emotion, you wear them down, and win this game in the second half. Right? Let's go. Let's go, boys. Take a minute. Take over to help get you there. Go get that first goal.
The team gathers its gear and heads out to run onto the field. As they exit the locker room, each player slaps a placard above the exit of the room that says mind, body, and heart. The picture next to the words, a close-up of the 1988 gold ball.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from Dr. Paul S. Hill Jr. Stadium on the campus of Thornton Academy. It's high school football 2012 as the Thornton Academy Golden Trojans welcome the visitors from Portland, the Deering High School Rams.
The 2012 season kicks off with Deering receiving the ball first. After weeks of wondering how senior Connor McCrum would do suffering from his injury, it only takes 2 plays for him to show that though he's not 100%, he's still a force to be reckoned with. After a defensive stand, TA gets its first offensive possession and is able to move the ball thanks to senior halfback Nick Kenny.
Christensen, handoff to Kenny. Kenny has the first down, a little bit more as he goes inside the 21-yard line.
Only a few plays later, senior Eric Christensen would find one of his many weapons for the game's opening score.
Christensen, gonna pass across the middle, all alone, touchdown! Thornton Academy, Cody Lynn.
Number 18, Cody Lynn.
Cody Lynn, the tight end, snuck into the secondary and robbed. No one was near him. 6-0 Thornton Academy.
After junior Cody Lynn's touchdown catch, TA's defense once again held. But this time, the offense couldn't punch it in the end zone, as Christensen would be stopped short of a first down, setting up a short field goal try from Brandon Briggs.
This will be like a 27-yard attempt. The kick is up, and the kick is good.
A quick start for the Trojans is what they needed. Junior Andrew Libby would make it a dream start for TA in the second quarter.
Andrew Libby.
Let's see if Deering can take advantage of this wind in the punting game. There's a high pick, getting a nice by the wind. Libby at his own 45. Libby to the 50. 45-40. Andrew Libby down the sidelines. He could go. 10, 5, no flags. Touchdown, Thornton Academy. About 54 yards.
Academy touchdown.
Libby's long punt return put Thornton Academy up 17-0 over Deering. Even though the offense was only able to punch in one touchdown, the special teams play of Briggs, Libby, and the blockers pushed the Trojans to a 17-point lead at halftime. During the break, the usually quiet Libby spoke up to push his teammates for more effort in the second half.
So play some team football, bring our intensity back, all right? Let's get it going, all right? We need it back, all right? We need it right now, but let's get another one on the board. It doesn't hurt.
Coach Kiesel was pleased with the first half, but wants more in the second.
We just got to play a little bit harder offensively. I felt like we get a big lead and all of a sudden we kind of let our foot off the gas a little bit offensively. All of a sudden we're not concentrating quite as much as we were early in the game. We're not covering guys up on the pass to give us time, missing receivers. Okay, we're just not doing the little things, guys. Right? Play a pretty good football team. Okay, we play a half a step slow, and that's what it's going to look like out there. We got that lead. Okay, guys, let's make sure, right? We're getting the ball. Right, we need to drive the field. Right, the next score is huge. You don't understand that. It's a game like 17-0. Right, you can make this a pretty good score for yourself. Okay, guys, put a lot of pressure on them. Get the next score. They get the next score. Now the pressure's back on you guys. So let's just make sure we go out, right, get a good kick return, okay, offensively, and then let's drive the field. Let's get off the ball. Let's get moving. All right, let's get moving.
The second half would start on a down note, as Christensen's pass would be intercepted by Deering.
And intercepted. Kenny Sweet, 40, 35, 30, tries to get outside the sideline. Kenny Sweet is going to be stopped inside the 5-yard line. That ball was tipped, I believe, Rob.
Shortly after, Deering would score its first points of the game on a short touchdown pass. The Trojans wouldn't take long to respond. On the next drive, Libby's versatility would show through as he broke through the defensive line.
There's a first down, Thornton, and busting away is Libby. 40, 30, 20. Touchdown, Thornton Academy.
Number 16, Andrew Libby.
Later in the third quarter, another weapon on offense, Dakota Tarbox, showed what he can do with his size.
Christensen, looping pass. Tarbox trying to climb the ladder. Did he come down with it? Yes, he did. First and goal, Trojans.
Tarbox's catch brought a close to the third quarter. His classmate Nick Kenny would put the exclamation point on the drive shortly after, with a short touchdown run, putting the Trojans up by 24 points.
In this fourth period, across the middle, Tarbox, 30, 40, midfield, 40. I don't think they're going to get him. 20, 10, touchdown, Thornton, no flags.
90 yards.
A well-rounded performance from Tarbox is exactly what the coaches were hoping for from the 6'4" senior. TA showed some first-game jitters, but its offensive weapons would prove too much for the Deering Rams.
I really think in the second half, if you saw Deering made it a 10.
Great start. Yeah! That's a pretty good football. They're going to win some games. That's a great start to the season, guys. Tip my cap, Jack.
Yeah, Jack!
Yeah, Jack! Nice job, buddy. Hey, you guys have played a lot of football. You guys are the Warriors and make big plays. That's a hell of a job, all you guys. It's a great start, fellas. It's a great start. Hey, this guy out there is a clap too. First off, yeah!
run, don't run, we're walking.
On the next episode of Varsity. The Trojans faced their first road test at Gorham and Bonnie Eagle before returning to Hill Stadium to face Massabesic. Can the Trojans continue to live up to expectations in the early season? Find out on the next episode of Varsity.